My third guy plays some games.
Alright, hi y'all, Weather Guy here. We are back with more of the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are continuing with our investigation, part 1 of our final case, final episode. And we're going to see what we can do. We need to find out if there's anything else we can see here in this area. Any other things we need to look at, talk about. I have a feeling we're actually going to need to present something to Sherlock Holmes. Just because we wanted more information from him, but he's holding back. He's holding back. And I don't know why. Luckily, this is a low stakes situation though, so if we do flub when trying to present stuff to him, there's not a real penalty, it's just you're an idiot penalty, right? Yeah, nothing new to look at. Nowhere to move. No conversation pieces, so I'm thinking we need to present something to him. But what it could be, I have no idea. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, I guess it's something we got more recently. Let's try... Oh, we haven't looked at this yet. Duplicate follows. Can we just present this to him? There is no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. You are very clear that it was Judge Shigoku's office that should be searched, so you obviously knew that's where the list of names would be found. Keisogi, A. Shin, Tobias Gregson, J. Wilson. We only learned of those names, 4 names just over 6 months ago now. And only because they appeared as part of the top secret government communications that were leaked. That's true, yes. But at the time, you were unaware of the background. You see, those 4 names were wired to Japan. Come on. Around 6 months before that, approximately this time last year in fact, when you were both still in Japan. It really would be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others for intercepting state secrets, because after all, I'm perpetually eavesdropping on communications between the British and Japanese governments. You're perpetually doing what? How? Never mind the details, but you should know. No secret is safe from Sherlock Holmes, when he has designs on knowing it. Oh my, Mr. Sholmes, what a fabulous line! Now, 1 month after that list of 4 names was wired to the recipient Shigoku in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered. Yeah. As soon as I learned of the incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turned out, I was partly correct, and partly mistaken. Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow. Yeah, remember the first name was killed on the list was Wilson, but he was also killed by another name on the list, Shin. Mr. Sholmes, please, tell us all you know. Tell us about these 4 names and the tragedy to which they're all somehow connected. Come on. As I said, when I learned of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names, because you see, there was someone else on the list who I believed to be recently deceased. What? Who? A Shin, as it was transcribed in Japanese script, in actual fact, Miss Asa Shin. That was a familiar name to me. She was a professional killer, well known amongst London's unsavory classes. Oh, I see. But she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed. And accordingly, I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list. Keisogi and T. Gregson. Owing to our proximity, I decided to take measures to protect Gregson myself. But I determined it would be safest if young Asoki were to stay away from Britain. So that's why you went to such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead. Exactly. So, you already knew who Kazuma was, Mr. Sholmes? Oh yes, Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years. I recounted many tales about Asogi to him in my letters, and the news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course. So, Dr. Wilson is dead then? I didn't know. Oh, Iris. I know he wasn't my daddy, but still, that's very sad. I'm so sorry, Iris. We knew the significance of the name, obviously, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to tell you. No. But what you just told us, Mr. Sholmes, doesn't completely tie in with the facts. There's one big hole in your hypothesis. A big hole, Mr. Ryu? Yes. You mean about Asa Shin, I presume. Yeah, she's the one who tried to kill... She did kill Wilson. Oh, of course. But she got killed herself eventually. Exactly, she wasn't killed, was she? She was in Japan, posing as a visiting student under the assumed name of Giselle Brett. I'm glad you're keeping up, my dear fellow, but I only became aware of that fact 2 days ago, in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel. Ah. And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis that I'd formed surrounding those 4 names was completely turned topsy. What topsy? Come on, tell us. What do you mean when you say your hypothesis was turned topsy? I had believed all 4 names on the list to be the names of victims. However, I was mistaken. Very much so, Asa Shin was a killer. So this telegram is a list of both victims and killers, is it? Indeed, and it would seem that Miss Shin was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson. Her visiting student status being merely a front. Which would, of course, explain why no motive could be determined for her actions. So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Asa Shin is because he was the target of an assassination. And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram puts the list in a very different perspective. What do you mean? Well, does it not strike you there is another among the 4 who subsequently became a visiting student? Wait, you mean... Oh, yeah. Kazuma was sent to assassinate the other way around. But of course, a name you know only too well. You mean... Kazuma? Oh! He did say in court earlier today. Yeah, he was accompanying Gregson in order to carry out a mission. Interesting. Young Mr. Asogi accepted that mission a year ago now. Surely not. In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts, an international agreement, one might say, detailing an assassin exchange. Oh wow, that makes sense. How could Kazuma possibly have got involved in something like this? Let's look at it again. Yeah, look at it. The way it's written. Those are the 2 assassins, and then those are the 2 supposed victims of the assassins. Wow. Let's assume that we have 2 parties, each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those 2 parties then make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets. That would then be an assassin exchange. So to begin with, the British assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Japan where she kills her target. And then the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Britain in order to eliminate his target. It certainly does sound like an exchange. But what on earth is the point? Don't forget, Rio, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction, thanks to diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction. Oh, yes. Such jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our 2 countries. So the fact that it was brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest levels. These murders were 2 sides of the same coin, linked not by a common motive but by contractual agreement. As such, they appeared utterly unrelated. Yet in truth, assassins were complicit in one singular devilish scheme. That disassociation and the safeguarded diplomatic immunity were, I believe, the motivation behind this plot. But wait a minute, Sholmes. If this telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting, it would mean that the Japanese killer's target was never Jigoku at all. It would mean Soki's target was actually Inspector Gregson. What? Kazuma was here for Gregson? Judge Jigoku wasn't actually the mark? Yes, that's exactly what it would mean. Yeah, I got that right away. Easy. I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe. Mr. Sholmes? I told him of my fears and implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position. Obviously, with the young pickpocket in tow. Yes, Gina. Come to think of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the Great Exhibition, that he'd be transferring to the Paris police and taking Gina with him. But without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment, it seems. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last. This is too much to take in. Yeah, it is. Alright everyone, that's quite enough of all that serious talk for one day. Isn't it early? I mean, look at the time. Ah, quite right, Iris. We must conclude our preparations for tomorrow. What preparations? Well, I think I shall make my way back to my hotel room now. This has certainly been a night to remember. It is a little bit sad, though. I mean, I like the idea of you being my daddy. Gosh, leave it alone. Because then Susie would have been my big sister. Sorry, Iris. This music is so jovial, holy moly. I know, Iris, I was thinking quite the same thing. Were you? But somebody like me would be worthy. I would be delighted to become your sister. What, really? Dude, what if Iris just gets adopted? Oh yes, without question. So, you'll teach me all the ways you know to throw Bruno to the floor? Great. Yes, of course. It would be my pleasure. You didn't have to agree quite so readily. Oh, but wait a minute. Susie's going to be my big sister. You can be my big brother if you want, Bruno. Oh my goodness. I mean, yes, of course. If you'll have me, I'll gladly be your brother. This is escalating very quickly. Well done, Iris. We must always be mindful of feelings. I've raised you so well. He really wants to be the dad. Because being sensitive is your strong suit, naturally. Fun. Right, I'm going to work extra hard for tomorrow now. Because it's for my big brother and sister. What is all this talk about preparing for tomorrow? Preparing who what? Gosh, I hate these secrets. They drive me crazy. Just have to wait and see. Good luck in court tomorrow. I'm expecting a sterling performance. Do my very best, of course. Great. We're at another to be continued part. So the overnight break in the trial's proceedings became a crucial turning point, exposing new truths whilst proposing new conundrums. That list of 4 names on the telegram in Judge Shigoku's office, and the extraordinary assassination plot in which my best friends had somehow become involved. Felt as though I had been plunged into an ever greater darkness all of a sudden. At the same time, I felt sure I would see the light again soon. Yeah, that's our squad. Because I was lucky enough to have the power of friendship. The most wonderful family in the world, standing steadfastly behind me. It is very wholesome, isn't it? It's a good team. And it's short, but that's where we're ending it today. This is a good ending point. We're hurrying along. Next time we're going to continue with whatever may be next. We'll see actually real quick. Is it investigation or is it trial? Seems like it should be trial. But yeah, it's more trial. So next time we're going to go into trial part 2 of our final episode. Crazy. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. I'll see you next time. Peace out.